Hey guys, welcome to this video on the Aries North Node. I'm Cassandra, the Saffron Sage, helping you use astrology to evolve. And in this video, we're going to talk about the Aries North Node. And I'm going to start doing something a little different on this channel. Instead of doing the groups of midheaven or moon or, grouping videos in that order, I'm going to start just doing them in the order that I want to. I'm just going to do them in the order of things that I learn. So if you're wondering why there's no more midheaven videos, that's why. And the Aries North Node and the Libra South Node is something I have just done a lot of readings on lately. So I want to share about what happens when the nodes are on this axis. So just a brief intro to the North and South Node. The North Node in astrology, at least in Western astrology, represents our lessons. People will say it represents our purpose. That's not, to me, exactly right. It's more about the path to our purpose. And I know I'm splitting hairs, but I think the distinction is important. The difference between, it doesn't tell you exactly where your life is supposed to get to. It tells you what energy or what lessons that you should be learning if you're right on track. Okay, so the South Node represents our past lives, our past life patterns, things we need to let go of, things that aren't really good for us, but we tend to be good at because we already mastered these lessons in a past life. And the North Node represents the things that are outside of our comfort zone. We tend to resist them. We don't want to do them, but it's right for us to learn how to use and work with those energies. So the Aries energy is about leadership. It's about, going first. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So it's about being a pioneer. It's about doing something unique or different or being the first person to introduce something, taking charge, being a leader in some way. Sometimes that is through, leading and managing teams, that kind of leadership. Sometimes it is through putting something out into the world that is somewhat on the leading edge. Someone with Aries placements on their North Node or their Midheaven, they really need to prove to themselves that they can do it, whatever it is for them. The South Node in Libra. The South Node, like I said, is our past life patterns. Having the South Node in Libra means people with this placement will, in a past life, have already mastered the energy of supporting other people. Libra is the energy of putting the other person's needs above your own. So when someone has the South Node in Libra, they've mastered having past lives where they were the assistant, where they were the wife to the other person who was doing the important things. And similar to South Node in Scorpio, but the difference is with South Node in Scorpio, the person was assisting using their psychic gifts or their scorpionic power, whereas with Libra, it's things like taking care of someone's physical needs, taking care of someone's emotional needs. So people with this South Node automatically in early life are going to want to spend more time taking care of other people than themselves. They can find themselves sacrificing what they want to help other people, or they can find themselves in their childhood in relationships with siblings or parents where the other person gets to go first and they have to not just take their turn, but they have to somehow give up what they want or are socially conditioned through the family they come from, or maybe even the greater culture of their town or their city. They're somehow conditioned to believe sometimes that you have to be nice, you have to put other people above yourself, and they get these messages sometimes that reinforce that South Node. So depending on the evolution of your soul, you may already be stepping into the Aries energy, or it might be brand new. Don't feel bad if this is brand new to you, because the South Node isn't, or the North Node isn't just what we came to master in this life. It's what we're spending lifetimes on. So you may have had 20 lifetimes mastering that Libra South Node, and now it might be your first lifetime mastering the Aries North Node. So it's going to be very unfamiliar. So in challenging situations where you have to decide whether to do what you want to do and be true to yourself, or be go with what the other person wants, whether it's something as simple as what movie you want to watch, or whether it is something as complex as where you want to go to college and your partner doesn't want you to go, or you want to live in a certain place but your family wants you to live somewhere else. And people with the South Node in Libra can really struggle with this, and sometimes they don't even know they're struggling because it's their South Node. So with the South Node, you can think that you're doing the right thing because it is so familiar. It's such a familiar energy that you don't even know that you shouldn't be doing it. It just feels like it's natural because, again, you mastered it so many times. So people with this placement will naturally want to always put other people first. Now, what can sometimes happen with this placement? As the Aries North Node person starts to become more conscious, they start to work on themselves, and whether that be through spirituality or through other ways, what can happen is they can start to embody that Aries energy of leading and being direct and forging ahead. But instead of using it as much in their own life, it's like the wires can get crossed and they sort of blend the energies together, and they start getting really good at telling other people what to do on their paths and what to do with their lives. And this can be problematic because the North Node Aries person, it's like they're starting to learn, oh, I'm supposed to be taking the lead, but that South Node energy comes in, and so they'll be trying to take the lead for other people. So if you are a North Node and Aries person and you find yourself thinking or feeling, how can I get this person to do this? How can I get these people in my life to understand their lessons? Or, how can I get them to see this? What can I do? The thing to know is that you're on the right track with your leadership energy. And this is really hard for the North Node Aries person, to let other people live their own lives, to let other people make their own choices, and to know that even if someone else isn't, to really accept that other people are right where they're supposed to be on their path. And while I think many people who have any kind of spiritual awakening go through a phase where suddenly they just want to help everyone and they want everyone to do the right thing and to be, to be aware of all of the things that they're learning and help and all that. I think the Aries North Node person has a bad case of it because of the way that these energies blend together. So if you are an Aries North Node person, you are on the right track. If you are asserting your independence, you are on the right track. If you are taking the lead in your life, you are on the right track. If you are doing something that you feel like, I have no idea if this is going to work, it's a crazy idea, that's actually right for you, because that first idea may not be the $1 million one, but for the Aries North Node, you really have to be stepping into that energy of doing something nobody's ever done. If you are doing something that seems somewhat revolutionary, that might rock the boat slightly, you are on the right track. If you are taking charge, taking the lead, and being passionate in your life, you are on the right track. If you are learning how to set boundaries with people in your life and set boundaries with your time and make your wants and your needs a priority, or if you've learned that lesson, you are on the right track. So this does not mean that if you have an Aries North Node, you can't also be a wife. Or if you have an Aries North Node, you shouldn't have kids. You should only do what you want to do, and that's it. For the Aries North Node person, it's about finding the balance between the other areas in your chart and your North Node. So someone with a lot of fifth house placements may also have children and be finding a way to be that independent, fierce person. Someone with, placements in their relationship house, the seventh house, they would also be in a relationship or married or have a few marriages throughout their life. And then also find how, throughout that marriage, learn how to assert their independence, learn how to put their wants and needs and desires and goals as important. And really, I think with the Aries North Node person, the biggest thing is this fear, this fear of the unknown when they try to step out, this fear of being different. And I do feel like that the Aries North Node person is here to learn that it's okay to take those kind of risks, especially the kind of risks that have to do with creating a new identity for yourself, especially when it comes to producing something like a work of art or a book or anything that's going to bring the world or people in the world to the next stage of their development. And so again, that's how these nodes sort of interact with these energies of independence versus, we could say, codependence, where, with the Libra energy, the Libra energy needs the other. The Aries North Node person feels like they need the other, or they feel like they need the other to do a certain thing or act a certain way. But what the Aries North Node person really, what their soul needs is to learn how to trust their own path in a very passionate and new way. So they really need to be able to trust the risks they're taking to create their future. And, you can still have relationships with this placement, but the balance between, the balance between relationship dynamics and doing the work that you love and want to do might come into focus with this placement, or the balance between coworker dynamics. If you haven't quite mastered this, you could have situations in life where the people around you at work are going to say, you shouldn't be doing that thing that's so independent and different. Or, you may have situations in your life with people who doubt your independence. And I believe what's happening here, it's like this karmic thing where your soul has been in the energy, in the role, in the identity of helper for so many lifetimes, that your soul hasn't fully embodied the identity of fierce, independent warrior type person who goes after whatever they want. Now, if you are relating to all that, then you are on the right track. And again, don't worry too much if you watch a video on your North Node or you find out more information and you realize, oh my gosh, I have work to do, because it's lifetimes. And I will tell you from my experience that consciously working on your North Node, on following those lessons and really trying to embody that energy, is one of the most powerful transformational tools in astrology. And at least I know it was for me. So that is why I'm doing these videos on the nodes. I do have another general video on the North Node in Gemini. That's actually about where the nodes are in the sky now. So if you want more on that, you can check out my video on that. And if you want to join a community where I give a talk every single week on the astrology and how to navigate it and how to move forward with the energies, join my Facebook group where I do that every Saturday live, and you can interact with me and we just chit chat. And it's a great way to walk away with guidance on how to work with these energies and all the changes that are happening in the astrology. So come join me there, and I'll see you guys in the next video.